See, alright, so first and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kakadash. Right, we sit down and say, Apostle Elizabeth, Mr. Rubel, our teachers, our apostles in the truth. And we see salutation to the actor, was the Christian good in truth and sincerity. Day in and day out, we constantly in season, or see, we say, Shalom.
Shalom.
Once again, we also get the prophesy. And, you know, every week we come out and we just mention, you know, what things brothers say, like, do is talk about, you know, things that happened previously for the week. You know, we see a whole bunch of stuff happening on a rapid scale as well too. I think when Timothy you talk about the perilous times, because this is the times that we're in. You know, we continue to emphasize that every single week in, week out, it's getting worse. You know, and it will continue to get worse. You know, I've been watching some videos to do, right? I did one last night, but I didn't get to bring any information that I bring over when it comes to like actually showing the state of how Jake is right now and the mindset they're in, right? So I said I'll do a part today just to show the mindset they're in when it comes to certain things like the prophecies that be happening and so forth. The scriptures mentioned we must show word of prophecy. You understand? And you should be with a heart on the prophecy and so on. It's such a very, very important thing. Again, especially in the time that we're in, right? And you watch a wrong, you know, you watch a wrong, you see the state of what? Economic turmoil. We going through where we call, you know, our government for the past week has been warning citizens about chicken becoming scarce, right? And they've been telling them, you know, what's going on. You know, don't panic, right? We will try to get back and so on and so forth. Now, if you pay attention to what is going on worldwide, you'll understand that meat, like food on the world, has become very scarce due to the wars that are happening on that side. Now, we see how all the prophecies work in conjunction with another. Whereas when the wars, no matter what's happening, it affects something in a different form, which will cause what a breakdown to what famine. From the famine, now you'll get stuff like you get chaos. You get the people when the scriptures mention in Second Ezra that they talk about a man with a hand who pick your neighbor because of the lack of what bread. Right? These are the things that are going to happen. That is why it's such an important thing to know the time that we're in. And they come out from that slumbering state again and we back up to the Lord. You know? Well,
just on before we use also ask what you're saying, to the chicken, right?
Yeah.
Currently, you know what I mean, as what I said this week we were talking about the shortage of chicken in the country. Poultry depots, right? Saying that they get 50% less chicken than they does normally get. Right? So they get 50% less and the price has went up by 50%. But what they were saying is that it used to be $6 a pound, now it's $9. So you're going to buy $3, which is half of the original price. So you're paying 50% more for 50% less. You know? And as the brother said, these are the slow signs of what? Our soon to come famine. You know? And on top of that, ironically enough, not too long ago, either 2 or 3 weeks ago, the FDA approved lab-grown meats to be sold in groceries, restaurants, you name it. So now when you go on your shop, you literally have to read your label carefully. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to be vigilant when you're buying your groceries. Because with this shortcoming of the protein, you know, they're going to flood the market with the lab-grown meats. Yeah. Which will also lead to what? To brand new pestilence. You know what I mean? The scripture talk about what? Tribulation such as never before seen since the beginning. You know what I mean? People might grow extra fingers and all, you never know.
And since you mentioned the lab-grown meat, that is the replacement for the shortage stock, as you mentioned. You know? Esau and Jacob always had they had a plan on how to fix. They have the plan or the so-called theories that this is how we would fix this problem, but they caused the problem in the first place. Now we know and understand that this is judgment from the Lord, but the way how things play off, they get blamed. You know? But
like I said, also, you see, for example, I was breaking down certain things, and he was explaining that before they tell the truth, and now they're trying to tie it in to say, well, there's a shortage, when really and truly it's because of foreign exchange. You understand? So when you look at it from a certain perspective, when you look at all the different decisions the government making, and plenty other governments, they more or less cutting things off when they could have put more resources into reproduction and so forth, like production and whatever the case may be. What it is they're doing, they taking that money because they even show the amount of withdrawals that they make from
the reserve funds.
The reserve, and nobody can answer for what it is to do.
Correct.
So that now going and put the country on a state of inflation, because the less we have is the more we had to borrow.
But you see, they watching it on a small scale. They still not watching it on a grand overall thing. It's like, and that's what I'm going to do. When it comes to the mindset of Trinidadians, they believe that it's just here being affected. It's just here, this government. No, it's a worldwide thing. It's like, there's a reason why Trump came out, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, and he tell them the gas over 4% whatever it is. And he was like, so be it. You understand? They don't care. No, Trinidadian, he might see the gas price and think, well, it's only, no, that's how worldwide. It's going to happen. No matter which party is in the world, how the Lord bring the judgment, it's going to affect everybody. It's just that Jake getting affected here. No, because we have been what they would consider being exempted from judgment for a long while. You know?
From extreme judgment.
You bring from out. Sorry.
2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Yeah, in the last days what? Perilous times shall come. So it doesn't matter which party is in the world or which party go. Because a lot of people, they believe this, and this is the mindset of Jake. Some of them live in here and go in America and thinking it's nice. And when you across saying worse, it's because they don't understand is that, hey, every single place is being affected right now. It's a reason why you see majority of the countries like the UK and so forth, they're stopping importing, they're stopping exporting. Everything had to stay in. You know, nothing could go out. There's a reason why these countries are doing this. But due to the fact that Jake, you know, as you mentioned, they're foolish. Why is it look good but to look, sorry, why is it look evil but to look good? They are no knowledge. This is the people that they're dealing with. Right? It's really a foolish people. Right? Their mindset, and that's why it's so important. I think you sort of mentioned we talked about that happened on the prophecy. So when you pay attention to the way this is going on, right, you wouldn't be in the comments talking about, or being in different posts talking about I pray and I rebuke this. No, you wouldn't rebuke, because this is the things that the Lord said. You can't rebuke the things that the Lord paid out. You know, and that's what I want to touch upon. Because their mindset is this, is that all this stuff happening, we can do a chain prayer, you know, or we could come together and do a prayer and stop it. No, it can't stop. The Lord mentioned these things being sent forward for the wicked, right? Obviously of the heathen nations, but your Israelites as well. You know, who live every single day wicked ourselves, you know. So the scripture mentioned in perilous times, you know, and it went into after that, they're telling you how the men could be lovers of themselves and so forth. Go ahead, just bring another piece in that for man.
2 Timothy 3 and verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud.
So now it goes into how men will be, right? And when you listen to the description given to how men will be, you understand there's nothing good, right? And that's how you are today. So all these things play the importance of the signs that are happening. Even you go the signs of what? Times, the things that are happening, the natural disasters, the wars, all these things are happening, right? But we also go on the other side of it and tell you how men will be in that time. You know, lovers of themselves, boasters, you know, proud, covetous, and that's how the men is. We saw, you know, about a clip circulating right now. You know, Jake's laughing at it because it's so indulged in our wickedness. It's when the man come to argue with the girl, the wife or whoever it may be, with the other man.
But you are stuff
yeah, he catch the girl right now, and Jake's in the comment laughing, saying thing. And that is how the mindset is. The wickedness becomes a normality for them. All these things play a major role into the time that we're in as well. The way how they move, the way how they operate, all these things is that. That's what you continue to say. Jake, what, they're gone. You know, they're gone. They're not coming back for it. So when you all come to make statements like, because there are reports coming out that the world is praying for, you know, whether it be so or not. And we know it's going to have plenty of earthquakes and so on, but you're seeing those guys come out to say, you know, the scientists come out to say that, you know, certain places, those places being so affected by small earthquakes, there's major ones to come right after. Because just like Indonesia, just like Venezuela, and all these other places, we know some of these things happen with peace of freedom and a half, you know. But on their scientific level, their reasoning for this happening is here what's going on. These places will be plagued by smaller earthquakes, and then eventually get so weak that a bigger one came, right? And they're warning about here, they're warning about California and other places, right? Now, We know these things come from who? The Lord, right? It's the Lord sending these things, right? And we will go to that now, but when you watch the comments of Jake, it's like, yeah, what's going on? We can pray and stop it. Let me come together as one. I rebuke you real quick. You understand? If you hear them, you know, and hey, you all can't stop that. The signs was given of what's going to happen at the end, right? And how it's going to be. You have something?
Strong's definition.
Go ahead.
Strong's G 5367. Fill out us.
Fill out us. That is lovers of one's lovers of their own selves. Fill out us. It said too intent on one's interests. It says selfish. Right? So that the mindset of people go be in, they go be in a selfish mindset. And you're seeing that now.
Yep.
Look at robberies increasing. People in terms of like fraud increasing, you understand?
Yeah, come.
Promising people things and then taking the money and busting out.
Just that's what you're saying. Just yesterday I was reading an article where a payroll employee
Yeah.
get hold for 61 pounds off her. You know what I mean? So she paying people, you know. But paying herself as like more or less as an invisible employee, because they want to know, but how come we have 21 employees we paying? When we check the roster, it's only like 18 names we see it. How that making sense? You know what I mean?
And I think the total amount she take was 160 something thousand.
Yeah, 65,000 or something, around 165. You can't.
And then she could be on the Instagram looking like she's a game queen. Get the bread, independent.
Yeah.
A scammer.
Don't need a man for nothing.
Yeah. Well. But
Alright, the second Ezra 16 and verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right? And as the brother said, we know it's the Lord doing this. Amendment is a big word for correction. When you look up amendment, correction is a synonym for it. All these things are sent for what? For correction. You know, while the doors of repentance be open.
we from verse 17 now.
No problem. Second Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great
Nice
mournings.
ask yourself, you know, I just ask yourself, who is me? Who will deliver me in those days? Ask yourself, who will deliver you in those days?
God.
You know, or they don't know the Lord, or they don't even believe in the things that the Lord mentioned that happen. Imagine you go to church all your life. You know, some of these people will be 60, 70 years, 50 years, whatever age it might be, and still God, and we could pray against the things the Lord said. You can't. If the Lord telling you, hey, these are the things that are going to happen at the end, it's happening for a particular reason. There's a reason why you're seeing all these underpaid fail. All these earthquakes happening, there's a reason why. It's not because it's just happening just so the Lord tell you these are the signs at the end. This is what's going to take place. We see that one by the wars. There's a reason why you're seeing, like for example, the wars happening all over, right? Like it just on a rapid scale, right? You're seeing Ukraine, Russia. You're seeing Iran, Israel, America. You're seeing China, Taiwan. You're seeing Japan in the mix. North Korea, South Korea, all of them. It's no matter where to say, look, Venezuela, no matter where to see it's any hurt. You know, some sort of hurt is happening, right? Some sort of like pain.
I remember,
You understand?
but last week when you come, we was talking about the earthquake in Colombia, which is our next one, 7 point something. This week was Indonesia, our next 7 point something. I guess 7.7.
Spain. Don't forget Spain. Spain was in the mix as well too. Spain was actually affected by one right after Indonesia, like 12 hours after, or 5 point something. Some of the buildings cracked up, you know.
And these magnitude of earthquakes is not normal earthquakes. There's not earthquakes that, you know, something you get 3 point something, and 4 probably usually every once in a while. 7, then 7, then 7, then 7. They might see 3 more 7s.
Yeah. And a good point, because the one in the big one here, there was 7.7. Yeah, son?
Yeah.
7.7. Right? Then the one before was 7. You know? And 7 as well.
Yeah, completion.
Verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death.
So again, it emphasizing what's going to happen. Is it what's going to happen in the beginning? So furthermore to the end. This is just the beginning. That is why we see these things. All these things happening because it's just the beginning. You know? It's just the beginning. It's going to get worse. And obviously at the point in time that these things are written, just things used to happen, but over time, obviously, it will increase.
Right.
You know, the evils will increase. The more we come down to that great day, is the more things going to get worse.
Right.
There's a reason why you see Esau pushing out the plans for the chip and so on. You know, talking about here we're going to digital currency is a reason why they know everything is scan and go right now. Scan, go, scan, go. You understand? Scan and go. You go to buy food, scan and go. You go to buy something, scan and go. You know, I did a video recently where it come from an old question here. Someone was asked, right? And obviously I give a disclaimer. On that video now, I give a disclaimer here today again. It's because the person they could have created the question for themselves, but it's still a question that I would use to edify, right? Because what the question asked was, there are people with microchips in their body that use it on a day-to-day basis, like to make transactions and so forth. And they were asking in the question here that if these people are doing it, would you also want to use it, right? And they give you 4 answers. They know the normal question, they don't give you 4 answers to choose from, right? And the person shared it and say, watch where our government is going on, because they post it to seem like it came from a government side, right? Now we know certain pages and certain things in government, they already have. They're talking about technological advancements and all these things, like the e-cards and all this other stuff. When they go into it, we know the part is headed on to, right?
Yeah, passports and
Yep,
so on.
yep.
Yeah,
So with that being said, it just goes to show that, again, the time of the end, just because you believe, that ain't stopping it. You know?
Okay, I appreciate that.
Okay, question also, actually. You should ask this question, right? I ask this question, also do something like surveys. So these surveys now will be more or less gauging the people to see how much of them you have. Because if you ask a question like that, and let me say 50% no, 50% say, well, yeah, we don't mind taking it. So they could by that they could gauge, like, because they not only gauging the survey, but they gauging how many people actually take activity in the survey itself. So they could be able to gauge with those numbers how many people we have, how many minds we have, how many other minds we might have to get by some other means, yeah, all these different things. So all of that has helped them to gauge like how far they are in terms of like manipulating the people and so forth.
Okay. This is Isaiah 55 and from verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Jehovah. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but water the earth, and maketh it bring forth bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. It shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. And now what the brother said, regardless of how much you pray, you can't pray and stop rain to fall. There are plenty seconds to talk about can you stop the rain from falling, because they know you cannot. You can't stop the rain from falling. That's what the Lord said. The same way the rain have to fall, and the snow will fall and go water the ground, and bud will come forth. That's what does happen when I say, all right, go, execute this command, so on and so forth.
As a writer, give me second address. Sorry, not second address. Surah 16. Matter of fact, let me get, because I will know exactly which part I want to go. Right? As I bring on that scripture, Holy Book of Surah chapter 16. Right, and I'm going to read from verse 26. Right? Matter of fact, I read from verse 25. Sorry. It say, man, let me go up a little bit. Read from verse 23. It say, he that wanted understanding will think upon vain things, and the foolish man erreth, imagineth follies. It say, my son, hearken unto me, and learn knowledge, and mark my words with thy heart. He say, I will show forth doctrine and weight, and declare his knowledge exactly. The works of the Lord are done in judgment. From the beginning, and from the time he made them, he disposed the parts thereof. Right? And that's the thing, it says, the scripture said that the works of the Lord is what done in what? Judgment. You understand? Whether it be good, one more advice is, the Lord judge a particular work that be done. whether it be good or bad, there's a particular judgment suited for that.
That is what just a righteous judgment as well. It's not just a, you know what I mean, it's not to say bias or you this or you that, no. So we don't have a false balance as well, abomination to the Lord. So you will deal with everything more. Accord. And the same thing with Yahweh Shai, where he said, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work, like Revelation 22. So according, as the brother said, according to the work, judgment will be placed. You know what I mean? So according to your work, so according to what I hear, you'll get the judgment for here. And if you forbear, you'll get the judgment for forbear.
Sodom and Gomorrah, they had judgment to receive.
You see what
And
them judgment was?
The Lord still give them time. If I find how much region 10, it was 10 in region 2.
10 was the lowest, I think.
10 was the lowest.
Yeah. 10 was the lowest.
They find 10.
If you find 10 righteous souls, or what? You know? And he didn't get on, what happened?
Judgment.
That's why you
That's
agree, because you know he wasn't going to.
That's why even today, that's what an example on
God.
how the punishment is suited for how men live ungodly, right? So if you going to happen to this place where this is like Sodom and Gomorrah, but on 100-fold, you understand? 100 square. They go beyond, because over the years it get worse. We got Sodom and Gomorrah, but when it reach when Esau come fully into the play, Greek Rome, right? They take it to a different level. They wanted the cross, the cross dressings and the tail and this and that. Yeah, parade out in the streets.
You know what I mean? Where you feel get up them marching thing from? You feel let us wake up and say, no? Now you put musicians in the middle of the street and make them walk in the outside, no. Did nobody imagine that? It's a tradition from way back then.
Yeah,
it used to party, but in the road, in the street.
But it used to be party. It wasn't literally a party.
Yeah, it was
a sacrifice. It was
Like a kind of
a
festival.
celebration.
Yeah. It was a celebration for a particular god. Right?
Like the Bacchus.
Bacchus, Dionysus.
Yeah,
right?
They had processions in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And no
and you see
one
the men,
this.
and the crazy about it, you see only the men.
Men can.
You know the men come out in the streets naked. And after they do that, they used to have orgies. This is a very wicked act. They say it alone, you can understand how evil it is. Now today, you all call it Carnival, Mardi Gras. You know,
All
different names for their things. Same thing.
Can.
You know, the men that be out in the streets here. Recently, Grenada had
The spice
their
mass.
spice mass.
Yeah,
You know,
spice mass.
the spice mass.
The spice wasn't on the cookbook.
Yeah.
It wasn't the spice
when they watch some of the pictures, you see them playing money, cool them out.
You see my boss thinking about
A snake, you know, and all these other evil acts, and that is what Jake into. So when you feel, how you feel the judgment? What judgment they feel suited for that? You know, there come like a time I tell a DJ. I remember I now coming to the church, this guy thing all the time. Now that can be like my first day in the church, right? And something he said about that, he was like, oh, it was from October month, and it was like, you know, obviously it's Halloween, right? And he shared something along the lines like, Halloween is the devil day, right? Now, I remember I just come and tell him, I say, hey, you talk about Halloween, or what about Carnival, right? And I bring the distinction with the two. I say blue devils, black devils for Halloween. So basically the same thing. Different names, because we know that particular festival at that point in time, it's for something else. But it's literally the same evil act, right? And he was like, no, that is the culture. No, they see, when it's them doing it, it's acceptable.
it's okay, can.
Alright, well, when the Lord bringing judgment, it's acceptable. You understand?
As you say that, I see a quote somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. But it's like, what you say? Sinners judging sinners for sinning differently. You know what I mean? So because I doing this, it's alright, you know, once I do it, you know, once you do that, now, boy, you go do that, boy, your man, you can't do them.
Satan casting out Satan.
God, you know, as I rightfully say, there is what Jake caught up in. Even in the same spice mass, a man pass around with a hogger and a figure and the kiss on it and thing. And I'm like, really?
See a video with a girl dancing and I can't remember what he had. A dead alligator or something, and he put it by the girl's crotch.
It wasn't alive. To me, it was alive and hooked up in the
Night of death.
Oh.
You understand? Then you can wicked act. So when you feel the judgment, what happened to this place? That good? That considered good, but I consider good for you all. Because of the love, as the scriptures mentioned, you all call the good evil and the evil good. Right? So to all here, yes, it's good. But to the Lord, there's an evil act, and there's judgment you see for that. And the judgment not going to be nice. So that's what the Lord said in the Surah. That we say, the works of the Lord are done in judgment. right? He weigh all the matter. Deuteronomy 32. See, all his ways are what? Judgment. You understand? Say from the beginning, and from the time he made them, he disposed the parts there. He garnished his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. They neither labor nor are weary, nor cease from their works. None of them hindereth another, and they shall never disobey his word. Straight out. Straight out.
God. So why they don't cease from their work? So when the Lord get the command, hey, it is going to be done to fruition. Now he said, the rain and snow come down, water the earth, and it bud, and it give bread to the baker, whatever, to the eater, and so on and so forth. I'm paraphrasing. And we say, so when I give a command, you know what I mean? It's going to flourish. It's going to go to the furthest extent.
Yeah, man. Scriptures say in Sirach, they say what they say, and they say to appease the wrath of them that made him.
Yeah, that's Sirach 20, 28 or something.
Remember, in Matrix, when the Oracle was breaking down certain things for him, about how the matrices work. I think it's in Reloaded, like part 2. And the Oracle was telling them about how it have a program that is control different things in the matrix. And he was saying programs, he's talking about programs governing programs. That is how it is. The Lord could have rebuked the wind and it stopped blow. Why? Because they have a spirit that controls the wind. They have a spirit that controls the rain. They have a spirit that, you know, like they try to take those concepts and put it in like the Greek mythology with God of love and all it, but it has angels that put in place to be able to that control all these different things. You understand?
No, that when they got the concept of now the scriptures talk about the angels are holding the 4 winds.
4 winds. You understand? It how angels are given power over certain responsibilities. You understand? So when it is that it's time to rain down things, all these spirits are going to be acting up. It's just angels going to be doing the job in that time to bring down destruction in different avenues because they control these avenues.
That angels, the scriptures talk about the angels holding over the thing in Euphrates. That the angels holding the wind. That angels are set forth to they're waiting. They're waiting for the Lord to get them that okay. You know? I have a scripture here. Sirach chapter 33. And I'm going to read from Let me read from 11. It says, in much knowledge, the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them he had blessed and exalted, and some of them he had sanctified and set near himself. But some of them had he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. And this is the Lord in his way. You know, like when you listen to people today and you hear them talk about the Lord, they come like they diminish the Lord power. Because you say the Lord not doing these acts and saying it's the devil and so forth. It come like you're giving somebody else that place. You don't go, you don't watch KFC, right? And when you check it tasting good, you don't say, hey, wait, share me inside that KFC. No, you just say curd. You know, curd is because you're giving me that, you're giving them that praise. But when it comes to the Lord, right, and judgment takes place, you know what I love to say? El Shaddai. You know? It's something else. You know?
Yeah, like I hire a hitman. When you hire a hitman, yeah, it's true you can blame the hitman for doing the killing, but who is the one that hired the hitman in the first place?
Well, when they find out, if you and the hitman just get up, you just got a bigger
charge. But they blame you first.
Yeah, because you hired the man.
You hired the hitman. You is the bigger blame.
Conspiracy to murder is a bigger charge than actual murder. You know what I mean? And that one is charge you with the hitman conspiracy to murder. You know?
Right.
But yeah,
there's a scripture mentioned that the Lord is omnipotent. You understand? There are many scriptures we can bring out to show the power of the Lord. And we're going into some of them, right? But where's the what I love to say is the song Asharia, Even Like Power, right? The Lord mentioned he's the Lord of what? Sabaoth. The man of Lord Armies. You know that kind of power did the Lord have, right? But when something happened, they want to see that the Lord gave Satan that power.
but
Hey, the book of Job, when he said when the Lord called for Satan, said that house is short, he had to come. You know, when the Lord questioned him, he had to answer. He said even if James say what, even the devil's Ian Trumbull,
Ian Trumbull,
paraphrasing, so that the power of the Lord. You know, again, the Christian church, all they do is just weaken, they just make the Lord look weak. You know?
And you think of that concept, you know, like when I'm interrogating somebody who don't like him. Like if I watch the movies, you have a man behind a cell, and they come and ask him questions and you're watching and you're ignoring you, and screwing up your face. If it is he has already cast out, why it is when the father asks him them questions, why he answer with such humility? You understand? You'd already be so humble towards somebody who you beefing with. You think about it.
You can't beef with the person.
Because it was not beef in the first place. You understand?
Like that church doctrine, the church doctrine does make you think that the devil or Satan, in other words, in opposition to the Lord. You know what I mean? So it have nothing that can be in opposition to the Lord because he's almighty. It have nothing on his level or above it.
We are just
Nothing.
pawns to the Lord ultimate.
You can't.
This is the Lord show.
You can't.
We just, you know, like I said, we live in it. Yeah, we live in it.
Yeah, we live in it out.
I'll be surprised.
Yeah, go ahead.
And they say when's coming down? You asking me that for? Yeah? You my boss, sir. You know? You didn't hear him answer like that?
I don't answer to you.
So I was going to and fro the boss. Yeah, walking up and down there. So the 2 Peter 3, or start from verse 9. They say, the Lord is not slack concerning his promises, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering. They say to usward, they say not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Yeah, he long suffering, he had that patience, by the doors of repentance still open now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Closing and nobody closing at a snail's pace. You know what I mean? Meaning, that don't mean that it will be open forever, you know? Because as the verse before it read, the Lord not slack concerning the promise. And he say he coming to lay this place waste. That is also a promise. That is why you can understand now why Ezra say when he see the vision, woe is me, who will deliver me? Because you hear him saying, but if the Lord come and do all this, who will go and save me then? You know what I mean? And you see any place on fire, you see the state of the people today, as it is now. You know what I mean? And saying, but who going to deliver me in them days? Watch what the daughters of Zion doing. Watch what the princess of Zion. Watch what they carrying out themselves.
And for he to say that, he see the vision at those times.
I think at that time he was a slave also.
Yeah, no,
he was done in
he
slavery.
did also see how the people was then. So imagine he watching how it was at that time, and he watching a vision of how they're going to be. You can don't see the comparison was terrible.
You know why he called woe is me by destruction is me by.
You understand? It was bad. See, verse 10, say, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. It say, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Yeah, the elements will melt with fervent heat. But you ever see air melt? Think about it. Just try to conceptualize it. Air melting. Force it out. You know what I mean?
All these buildings going on, you know, they turn to flicking lava, everything.
Molten rock. You know what I mean? That is due to what? WW3. You know, as what I was talking about earlier when you open up. You know what I mean? Everywhere on the face of the earth, every side of the earth right now, it have some kind of political tension. You know, it have some country or some nation at odds with another nation. They might be outright, you know what I mean, going at it now, but they're far from it. You know, and even here in the Caribbean where it would seem like they don't have one. It have countries allied with certain countries, you know. It's not the other, like for example, Trinidad and Tobago. The rest of CARICOM that we was a part of, how much is almost a century or less? It's almost a century. We was part of CARICOM, or since the inception of CARICOM, which is basically like the group of Caribbean nations. We was apartheid. But under this government, we say, you know what? All they keep the Caribbean, we rolling with the devil himself. You know, that's what we Prime Minister do. She had me over to the devil himself.
I explained to somebody the other day. I say, you didn't realize the power at hand. CARICOM used to come together if a Caribbean country was disobeyed or going own way. They would come together and put a full stop. They're going on you, take a rest. Now you see when the power changes, and this is what I was going to explain is that he saw him play. CARICOM is nothing. Right now he had CARICOM bowling. All the visas and all the business visas, and then cut off that. No, he knows, you know what he do? He had them begging right now. all that big talk about being going and support America. You all in the league in America since the inception of CARICOM. All they get CARICOM because of
the
them.
guys are
something
on NATO or something like that.
No, yeah.
I think it's like NATO.
It's like
one of them.
it's like
Version
our
of NATO.
NATO.
So it's sublet under NATO, something along them lines.
So whatever they do, we have to
agree.
agree. We have no disagree
Yeah.
with it. You know, we literally with them, right? So when I was saying this to someone, and you see, Jake, they don't understand the political game. But if they was the power, they wouldn't do it. If there was the power, their heart was to do it.
Yeah, they have to. They don't have a
They
choice.
have to.
They
You
don't
understand
understand
the
the point. You don't understand the point.
And again, the power structure.
No.
In this world, it was such thing as you could fight. No. Esau gave all of that perception of all they could fight.
Yeah,
and
that
all
all they
they
have
could
to
make
say.
a change.
They have a choice.
You understand? Or they don't. When they give all their change, it's because they understand that this going to benefit them more than it's going to benefit you all.
Yep.
And it's only at the last, and the scripture said the last he will declare his wickedness, and only at the last he will see why he gave all of that opportunity to do that. You know? How much protest, how much things all went, and when you saw finally give all that, okay, go ahead. It's years after when they get to realize that the shit all they protest for, then they'll be like, wait, catch me. That is the usual common trait. You know?
Yeah, like Obama said when he was in power. Yes, we can.
Yeah, yes we can.
Yes, we can make anything that was. Change was about to come. What you do? And you change something.
No, you change. He just bringing him over things.
Right now.
Yes, was the citizens, it was them.
You know?
They could do it. Yeah, they were down for the same cause.
So there's two sides of the same coin. You know, the same way all they could do with that coin is spend it, they can't really do nothing with it. The same way all them could do is obey the elites agenda. You know, them cannot go against that. Because look, alright, we now allied with the USA, right? You know what Trump do? We have 10% tariffs on import now. We didn't have that before. And
Then-
it wasn't so body with them before.
Yeah, and then you know we come and do, you see what's going on. 10% tariff. And he give China 100% with the gas fee. You see what you work out? When I say work out, it work out for them. You understand? Take 100% because no, what it does for them is that they don't have to explain to nobody when the gas coming down. No, the gas coming through here first, and then they coming to us. They still benefited the higher level, but it's just that they have a cut-off point where well, I thought they say they want Venezuela for gas. No, it's actually that mix. They dealing with it and then they selling us over it back over. You see the cut off? But again, that trip there you saw.
Yeah, but
Alright.
we still have to pay him to
I
get
know
the gas
that's
because that was the 10%
No,
tariffs on.
that's why I'm explaining. You still have to pay on top of it.
You understand the majority of oil
Remember,
and
that
our money.
That only for now.
Yeah.
Because we know that at any point can you get up in the morning and just raise it. So remember, anything Esau is always temporary. Every artist you
As
see
if
always
I
get
get
some.
too comfortable.
Yeah. Remember,
like
tightening you,
that is just to be.
tightening yourself.
That is just for you to cooperate for now.
Yeah, like for example, what he did, he took away the visas, but he didn't touch Trinidad at all. So what he did was make the other Caribbean countries become helpless and get to realize what the hell going on.
Yeah. When you're with me, there's where it is
good.
get. And when you're not with me, there's where it is go
So
through.
you know what they had us to do over the period of week? They had us to come straight back to home. What I know say?
A psychological,
After all of that,
yeah.
you
They
come
say
straight
you
back to
cannot
home.
live with your own
Never
failures.
to come back to me.
You know? And that is what the powerhouse is. Not the power. People don't fail to realize can't come on the power. It's just corrupted Jakes. It's just yes, it's Jakes you're watching and CARICOM. That one two little heathens. It must have more Jakes ruling CARICOM.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
CARICOM itself than heathens. But when you really watch
It's
who
still
have the
uncertain.
powerhouse, like for example, one heathen, right? One heathen, yeah, she overthrow the whole of CARICOM. Right? And then what went on? The ultimate top dog, the heathens of the heathens. Mr. Heathen himself, you know, Mr. Wicked himself was like, well, they feel all strong, alright, give me everything all I have here. How they useless, no jobs, nothing. Had them beg back now. Kneel long. Sir, that's what you saw like. You saw like that powerhouse. There's a reason why certain things to do. You have to actually come and kneel long and beg. You know?
Like God
Like a gold
complex.
complex. So when the table switch, that is why they say they will do what? Because what? Fight. Even though they're afraid,
Yeah,
they will fight.
yeah,
You understand? But the Lord gonna win that war. You understand? They're gonna make a mockery of it.
I want to read over verse 10 by the NLT.
Right.
2 Peter 3 verse 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as unexpectedly as a thief. It says, then the heavens will pass away with a terrible noise. It says, and the very elements themselves will disappear in fire. And we know what that terrible noise on that fire is. The ICBMs, you understand? Those nuclear missiles. They say, huh?
Yeah.
It say on the earth and everything on it will be found to deserve judgment.
To what?
To deserve judgment.
Yeah, judgment. That is what it is. You know, judgment. I can hear, man. You think I'm a little one?
I don't look like it. Well,
It say, verse 11, it say, since everything around us is going to be destroyed like this, what holy and godly lives you should live. Right? So it asking, yeah, since everything going to be destroyed. Okay, see, the vibration of the society is what? Is to make money, be able to travel to Dubai and all these different glorious things that they promote. You know, having a big bank account, all these different things. Now let's talk about what being rich towards the Abba Hashem Yahushai. Because being rich towards this world, not going on, you say richest profit not in the day arat. Right? So
righteousness is deliberate.
Deliberate.
It's not literally, it's not what we're doing. It's not what we're delivering. Nothing I have here when I say me. There are many comments about it. You play it, I will see that's these things are going to say them. You understand?
for something always to come. That just cool.
Good?
That's just cool.
yeah.
You did. You know what? You right?
Yes, couple of years to get some market good. Yeah. Yes. They go in the car. Yeah. They don't know if you're
Rich, yeah. I talk about what they say what holy and godly lives you should live, right? It say looking forward to the day of power and hurrying it along. They want it to come faster. You see? They say on that day he will set the heavens on fire. They say and the elements will melt away in the flames.
That is what it is. That is a sort of destruction will take place. You know, in that time. So you ask yourself, that written, that means it's going to happen. You understand? Nothing that once it there in the Bible, it's going to happen. You know, it's going to take place. Scripture say about even animals, beasts of the field and all this sort of stuff. These are the things that going to take place. Right? But all they there in the comments, all the there videos talking about this not going to happen, you know. Pray to the Lord, let me make a chain and pray, man. Look at line up from here, so let me make a line straight over the seas to America, straight over to the middle, or whatever, let me make a long line, right? And pray, and then not want something nothing.
But they did it already, and I still seeing stuff going on. And that was done more than once.
That's what I'm wrong.
And look what happened. Like I ain't seen no
Nah,
difference.
it only get worse.
What man was praying for.
Okay?
Say
You cannot pray against what you see Lord said. It wouldn't make sense. Did the prophets pray against somebody else? No. They just they know. Hey, Habakkuk was like, when you saw the vision, Habakkuk was like, Lord, every time of your wrath, remember mercy. He didn't say, Lord, stop it. He just said, hey, every time of your wrath, just remember mercy. Because you can't stop. You can't stop. That's what you mentioned. And go back and read the finish that?
two more verses.
Right. Go ahead.
Say verse 13 is say, but we are looking forward to the new heavens and new earth he has promised.
And that's what we're looking forward to. Again, it's Hebrews 13, where it says, for we are not continuous here, but we seek one to come. That is literally what we want. We have we have nothing here, right? We have nothing here. We don't want nothing here, matter of fact. This place is contaminated. If you go until the camera around, where you want to see something abomination, right? That's what you're going to see. Everything is out of order. Hey, I watched a video you know, it's crazy about it. I watched a video this week with a guy who does do videos, like he'll just do reviews now. And he usually, not from here, but he ended up falling in love with Trinidad because of the food, the culture, and so forth, right? So he just wore the Trinidad flag, and everybody who in America from Trinidad they see it because you know. And he went to a place where he went to a store, African store, because the woman told him come back, and when he finally went back, and she had some clothes, right? She was giving him some clothes, and he was like, he had a girl with him who does many videos with him, right? From our scene, I don't really watch his videos, but from our scene, he had this girl with him, right? And he asked the older lady, he said, I need a pants for her, and she laughed. She said, what pants? All these clothes, because that was the order, you know. And the reason I bring is just to show the order, that the older generation, they know that, hey, well, a woman is supposed to be buying on the pants, it's clothes, right? But everything out of order, every single thing out of order, you twist everything is what upside down, right? And then you go and you watch around, and then it's right. You know his name about it? When I was saying that, when I looked to the left, it had two little press. You know, two little
Cookies.
yeah. Fans quite up here, watching with the whole thing.
Oh, them kind of.
Two men pass.
You're talking about cookies. I don't know
Yeah,
the
son.
female versions.
Yeah. Cookie and Bingy.
Yeah.
That's everything is out of order, man. And the Lord wants to set it back in order. Understand?
He said, but we are looking forward to the new heaven and the new earth. He has promised. It say a world filled with God's righteousness. It say, and so, dear friends, while ye are waiting for these things to happen, make every effort to be found living peaceful lives that are pure and blameless in His sight.
Yeah, pure and blameless. You know what I mean? Because we know this place going down, we know this place has to go, so we are putting the spiritual vehicle in overdrive right now and do as much as possible. You know what I mean? Every day be better than yesterday, be more progressive than yesterday towards what? The work of the Lord.
You know you live in a land where people are going around putting buju. You know, you still have to try to...
Yeah, you still have to try to fulfill what the Lord wants to fulfill every day. You know what I mean? Because why? Inevitably, this place is going to be burnt down. You know what I mean? Nothing you see right now will be there after that day. You know? Nothing that they enjoy right now they will be able to enjoy after that day. Because after that day they will be what? In the kingdom, in the righteous kingdom. You know what I mean? So all the amenities of this abominable place will be what? Wiped out, swept under the rug. They wouldn't find it, they don't even mention it again. You know what I mean?
I also I'd say what they say, though they that join unto them shall be crushed through with the sword.
Can't.
For all it's called the second time when they leave Egypt, where you say who is for the Lord come on this side. And that represents what is going on right now. Whoever for the Lord they're coming on the Lord's side. And for the ones who want to stay and enjoy this place and the abominations, they stay there in exile. And what's going to happen? They say take ye your swords and trust them through. Like they're going and be destroyed in that time to come.
That is Isaiah 31 and 3. It says what? All they that help and they that are holding on to them, all they shall fail together. You know what I mean? They will fall and fail together. Because we talk about great confusion on the earth. That will be the moment of great confusion. Because you go on to know how come we all we trust in you, invest everything in this, and it failed. You know what I mean? How? It's just like the stock market. You just want to know how that stock crashed and was doing so good just last night. You know? That is exactly what happened. Right? The second Ezra 16 now start at 12. It said the earthquake and the foundations thereof The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And we see that, hey, it already began. You know what I mean? It began to be shot into the ends of the world by the things that are going on. We see in the prophet. We live in all the prophecies right now in 4K. 4K. Now the HD was 2006 time. This is 4K right now. You know? This is literal reality TV. So you're living out everything that the Lord said going on happen. Verse 14, it says, Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, return it not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. You know what I mean? So even so, it wouldn't return. Because why? It going to burn till what? It going to burn till the core of the earth. You know, it going to consume the entire earth. The plagues being the pestilence, the famines, the sword, all these things are plagues. And as the brother was saying earlier on, you know what I mean, one thing always leads into another. Wars does create shortage, which will create famine. You know what I mean? And Esau Edom being Esau Edom, as the scripture says in Psalm 60, 64, 65, if I'm not mistaken, they accomplish a diligent search, right? So you know, they're going to come up with something in a lab to try to fulfill the missing spot. Just like what they're going to do with the chicken. Chicken on a shortage. You know what I mean?
I am on it. They're going to come up with it already?
No, but that's what I mean. For example, and that one leads to what? That one leads to pestilence. Because that going and get people sick. It has no way. It has nothing that they genetically modified that's helping. Nothing. You know what I mean? The GMO foods need certain pesticides and chemicals to be sprayed on it for it to reach to the point where it could be so-called consumable. Exactly. And at that point, it's highly contaminated. It gets you sick. They all know that. Talking about how just spin around back to the old chicken concept now, how they create a problem.
Yeah, and they bring the solution.
You know what I mean? But the solution and all killing it as
but the
solution worse than the actual problem
exactly.
itself.
So I was mentioning now, you were saying earlier, but one thing that leads to another. Right? Because really second is just 16, but from early up now, from I think it's 11 to 16 or something like that, when it's from a mighty archer, so on and so forth. You know? So yeah. So as I said before, as the brother say, one thing will lead into another. Wars, shortage. Shortage is famine. Famine is pestilence. Because when you saw them come with the artificial everything, you know, they already pollute the air. You know, I was watching a video a while back, the man said when you go outside running and jogging and taking gulps, they say you think you're doing some good thing, but you're doing harm. He said, don't feel you're doing no good guy outside running no more. He said, because the air polluted 10 times worse than it was 10 years ago, so you're just doing more harm to your body. You're deteriorating it faster. You know?
Happy something done.
Go back.
Say they want to know why you're sick.
God.
No. Wait now, but I said, there's a piece of doing that this pass around of it. It's everything contaminated. When we know we live in a contaminated.
God.
It's not nothing good. Like, the things that of life that consider to be good, right? That what will bring a little joy to a man, right? A woman, food, a little peace of mind, like go somewhere, you know? These things that I'm talking about, because we know ultimately we understand that the Lord and the scriptures is over the facts. When we go to stress, like somebody asked me, I remember I mentioned videos the week before where I did. Somebody asked me, all that stuff you're doing, why does find peace? We find peace in the Lord. Right? We vex in the world, but we find peace in the Lord.
God.
I may be vexed, like I mentioned, I may be coming home vexed, raging, coming home late, you know? Whoever it is, when I reach him and I know how to sit on this, you know, you sit on the couch, you take a little breeze, breathe out, and then you know in my mind is go to one time, a video to do, because now our videos pop up from since the morning that I can't do. So that is the piece, you know you come into do a video, and when you say that you do the video, so they come like here, to the stress out of go, because now that is where you find the Lord. The Lord say come unto him, you know. All that come unto me shall find one is peace.
Find rest.
Find rest. Find rest. What? So find rest. That's what it is, man. We know we have to change it, because again, you're in this place, the woman is stressed. You know? She's supposed to be a little comfort there, but she's a comfort with tones. You know? She's a bed with tones. You know? Your children are next to by itself. You know? You work one thing by itself. The scripture mentioned a man fool shall be able to work. You understand? That's what it is. You know, you don't want to do it. It's hard. That's why you see Apostle John and saying, hey, you try to make your life hard as it is. You know, too complicated, man. Keep it simple, keep it basic. Yeah. You know how society is, you know how you have to function. Just keep it basic.
Yeah, the put yourself in a position.
You know?
To tempt you above your means where you go forward. Because I'm just one. Scriptures talk about men run out of the wits for women.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm having a video lock and store right now.
Men run out of the wits for women.
I'm having a video lock and store right now. Boom! You see the room. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. You know? That's what it is. And at the end of the day, hey, we want the Lord to come from this place. You know? And at the end of the day, too, when they check it on another level, is when the Lord come back, then Jake will go and get back the right state. And somebody that comes to the loins, or they will be on the right state. Understand?
They'll be on the right mind. They don't know what it's saying.
Imagine cutting off food. And then they're telling you we had a replacement for that by something 20 times as big.
Yeah.
You know?
20 times more contaminated than what it was already getting.
They say, you know,
cockroach milk,
since everybody knows how to like if you watch that trend right now, right? A trend, and then becoming a trend because you know everybody's running 4Ks and 5Ks.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna think of their health doing something good. But it come from a trend. Everybody see people doing 5Ks, so they want to run into, right? Everybody said hell. He said got to realize, wait, hold on. Everybody running, everybody taking care of their health. That means they eating the stuff that we put out. You know? Things that go wrong. I decided to go to the higher scale. Cut off the chicken. Okay? Because the chicken is something that they study. If you're exercising, you can eat chicken. You can eat chicken in a big abundance. When you're exercising or you're running and so forth, you could do that. Like protein, you go and burn all that. But now when you're going on, or you need that, you cut off that. Then we go and give all the 3D. Whenever you see 3D meat, if you see 3D meat, you print it, and the man they put in his sauce and eat it and he's you know? That's what it is, man. And then you want to know who was the doctor, right? It's a Jake doctor. Oh no, the kerosene, all kind of things, she not going in. All kind of things because she started to do videos against the industry that she in. Right? Talking about the stuff that they're giving in, the stuff that they're eating. It's something that they're not supposed to. So she went in there. When she went into the cancer, she was like, why it has so much of cancer in young people? Why? And then she went down into it. She went down into food. You know? And the other chemicals and things that they're drinking and so forth, but really actually come from food. You know? It poisoning the body from a young age. So now from a young, they give the milk, the Johnson & Johnson's, all them stuff giving it. That's some of the stuff giving you cancer. Go look it up.
Through your skin,
they in court for the being oil and the stuff. You know? Every single thing with Johnson & Johnson with the oils and all.
This next sensitive skincare product and all.
They're giving you cancer. Everything off. Yeah, the next product.
CeraVe or something like that or something.
The milk, the baby formula. All these things. It's that also calling back.
I'm thinking about CeraVe. That's not to cut you off. Thinking about CeraVe is not a normal treatment, you know. CeraVe is for sensitive skin. So if you are, they say you maybe can't use Johnson & Johnson because and you want to do the best for your child, where is your child? And you go and say, alright, I'm going back to CeraVe expensive. Because why? It's supposed to be good for you. Now they're saying that they cancer too. You know what I mean? They are all have lawsuits coming.
Yeah.
You know?
I look like when you watch Montreal, there is stuff people do on daily basis. When Esau call it back, what is the one thing they call it back for? Because it's cancerous. It's cancerous. So you imagine you putting so much of these chemicals inside of it, right? Obviously, one particular cancer will hit you one day. They want to know, wait, they don't have this cancer in their family. No, it comes from things they consume on a daily basis. That is why it's important to talk about the fast and so forth. The Lord, and nice thing, when you follow the Lord, we have an answer for every single thing. We have the Lord put in a particular way how it's supposed to be. Right? You finish that?
I'll be set there.
Come in.
Let's say
I want to go back to something.
Isaiah 36, or 7 verse 4, right? It say, then the Syrian king's chief of staff told them to give this message to Hezekiah. It said, this is what the great king of Assyria says. It said, what are you trusting in that makes you so confident? Right? It said, do you think that mere words can substitute for military skill and strength? There's in the NLT, right? It say, who are you counting on that you have rebelled against me? It say, oh Egypt, if you lean on Egypt, it will be like a reed that splinters beneath your weights and pierces your hand. It's talking about
the broken reed.
right?
If you lean on Pharaoh, lean on Egypt, you know what I mean? It will pierce you through. Because why? It's not substantiated. Meaning it have no substance to it. You know, the same way everything here will be melted, or the same way everything here will melt. The same thing with Egypt. There is no defense in the shadow of Egypt, in other words. So trusting in the shadow of Egypt is what.
See them, all of them that have help and a hold.
When shall all fail and fall together?
And that's what it is.
I paraphrase that as well. You know what I mean? What you trusting in? What you trusting in? Horsemen, because they're strong. Chariots, because they are plenty. That what you trusting in? You know who I is? That's what's going on, and Jay. As the scripture said, ox know it is owner, as his master's friend. My people, they don't even consider man. You know what I mean? So you know what they go do? They go trust in the chariots.
Considering something is just bringing it up in it. You know?
So,
and that's why like you asked a Jake the same question that I was asked. What if this is keep you afloat? You know them the Lord not even gonna be on your mind.
My child. I'm gonna say my child.
oh, you know, it's good to have a nice little nest egg in the bank, you know. Nice little 10,000 in case I need emergency. This land here, yeah. After one of the top he didn't say, don't all the savings. Everybody can PUBI us now. Spend your savings, use it now. You know what I mean? So by 2030, and which we know it might be before that, I'm just far deadline for dramatic effect, as I just always say, just for dramatic effect. You know? Because the
make you feel like your time.
Exactly, because the infrastructure done in place to use it. You know what I mean? The infrastructure done in place, the man says, like, savings is pointless right now. Everybody will be UBI, right? Universal basic income, so the savings are going to make sense.
The thing say we wouldn't have a need for money. Anybody said 2036 and said no, people wouldn't need money. Musk.
Elon Musk, like
Yeah.
we say who Elon Musk and this next guy, but a guy who does invest in stocks. Talk about 2027. Talk about that say by that time everything should be cash should be really and truly at that point. So it should be like real minimum. Like real cash now.
Everything will be
And he ain't
digital.
lying. Because right now, think about how much people do see work on cash. On a daily basis, how much people see work on cash?
And by design, the minimizing how much you can have home.
If you could have paid a maxi or a taxi with your card, nobody would have
Nobody in a car.
If you could have go to the let me say the shop, the corner shop in the village or the community with your card, because most I don't know of any communities with small shops that have card. You know what I mean?
That's something they're working on.
If you're working on it, that's why it's 15 minutes for.
I think
If you have a grocery in the corner when you go in my shop for, where about my shop?
No different things like Eddie Cash.
And what do we pay?
No, you can just print the barcode, scan it to and it pay.
Yeah, I know that long time. Where I used to work on the avenue, they're mad at cash. But the thing about it is, the same corner shops and don't have them things. Them are custom, they're old school. You know what I mean? You could always get a trust if you have enough because I know you, I know your grandmother, I know your mother. Go ahead now, just bring back the $2. You know what I mean? They all are going to be obsolete. So now in them 15-minute cities, you have to, you know what I mean? You have to have your little stamp, i.e. the charagma, to go and scan to get your goods. You know, you have to watch what you're saying, watch what you're posting on the media.
Be a good behavior.
Ooh, and on that topic, they passed a bill this week going here talking about they're going to teach about anti-Semitism from preschool to college, right?
Conditioning.
And then now, if you can't talk out against them, or else your I believe it's your scholarship and thing will be revoked. And they bring us an anti-boycotting Israel ban. You can't boycott them, no business could. Once you stop purchasing the goods, they're gonna ban your business. You know what I mean? So I know these small artists, they're on top, or they're in charge. They're always in charge, man. You know what I mean? They're making it known. You know what I mean?
See, they say Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, is completely unreliable.
Done. Unreliable. Unreliable because everything that he say or do, one, is never to benefit who he's saying it to or doing it for. And two, conclusion of the whole matter is this place going to burn, right?
Yeah, the Lord enemy. And once it's the Lord enemy, you're not far to go.
You know what I mean? All they executed their purpose, and that time up. That time up. Revelation 12 and 12.
Precept one time.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 32 verse 39 is, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. It say, I kill and I make alive.
Yeah.
I wound and I heal. It say, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Bring Isaiah 45 from verse 6 now. I think yeah.
Isaiah 45.
Nobody could deliver from the Lord hand. 45 from verse 6.
Yeah. Isaiah 45 verse 6, it said that they may know from the rising of the sun
Yeah.
and from the west
From the west, yeah.
that there is none beside
Because-
me.
Yeah, because you said, well, from the rising of the sun, which is in the east, and from the west. So, from everywhere. Nobody would not know. That's one, but,
It say, I am the Lord, Yahweh, and there is none else.
It have nobody else, right? It have no opposition to the Lord because it have nobody on my level to oppose me. Right? It have no higher than me. Go ahead.
You say, I form the lights and create darkness.
Yeah, go ahead.
I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, do all these things.
Yeah, he do all these things. He make peace, create evil, make peace, create wars. You know what I mean? He do all things. So that's what, and as the verse before say, yeah, man. As the verse before say, so that was, so that they would know that he is the Lord and none else, right? He do all these things.
Make it an example.
Yeah.
That way even, I think it's, I remember it book I took from the top of my head. But you see, so the things to do in the other nations was even glorifying him. You understand? Just so the other nations be like, hey, that's the Lord.
Lord.
Cyrus, you see that? You see the Lord go to
It's expensive actually,
you
right?
understand? The Lord go to Israel. You understand? Easy to go.
Like $8,000.
Can.
See, you know?
How are you just getting them to build up the temple?
No,
And when you see
Cyrus.
power, yeah.
Cyrus.
Yeah. When you get them
Like,
to
have you
build
been
up
to
the
Burma?
temple. No.
Oh, because never have you too high stuff.
Yeah, it's not how we talking about it.
You finished with that?
Huh?
Yeah.
No, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to my thing. Surah 33 and verse 13. See, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh him best. So whatever it is, the Lord send you out to do. Whatever, or whatever, however, the Lord pray what to do here, that's the Lord. The Lord can do that. You understand? Like he said to render to do what best, right? The Lord feels to make you evil. That's your job, that's your duty. That is what the Lord paid to do. You know? And that you know it say what? It say good is set against evil and life against death. So is the body against the sinner and the sinner against the body. It is just very strictly the way it is. It have nothing between the Lord and we sit against them. So when we see things that like when they mention certain things, we understand that hey, that is what the ungodly, that is the sinner. You know? We against them, them against us. Every time we come into, that's where they're gonna be. They're gonna watch us as being the problem. They're gonna watch us as being the problem for the things that are happening. This is the guy that they're talking about this and that. You know? They might say they are goat mouth. You know the old saying about goat mouth?
Something come true.
When you say something comes true.
Basically, prophesy.
Yeah, basically it's prophesied. You know? It's when I go God. It's them, it's the reason why. And they go even make the work that we do look evil.
God.
You understand?
Like I said, that one of the reasons why we got inside the insurrection. Remember the time when it is the land with Dominican Republic and Haiti is two different
Yeah.
and the same
One
same
island,
sea,
two
yeah.
different tribes. Yeah.
When it is that they was receiving the disasters, what they do? They blame the Haitians because of the witchcraft they was doing.
Yeah, because that's the tribal divide.
Yeah. So it's the same thing that going to happen with us to some degree. They're going to blame us because of the things that we preach and that about to come. They will say it's our fault. It's like how you talk about the goat mouth. They will say because of us, these things happening. And all of that going on have people against us and wanting to give us up and all these different things. They're going to act like every easy ones to blame. Knowing, and some of them will know full well it is because of their wickedness.
It's because of
Because
their wickedness,
that is
that's
what we was teaching for the longest while.
That's right.
The Lord bringing judgment because of the wickedness of the land.
Right. Meaning, sorry. Say, good is against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and they are two and two, one against another. Right? One against what? Another. And that is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
vessel.
yeah.
A vessel unto another, a vessel unto dishonor. Like balance. You know what I mean? The wicked show you what not to be, what not to do. You know what I mean? How not to live. And then the vessels unto another show you, hey, that's why in Romans 12 and 1, that's why it say what it say there. Everybody have living sacrifice, whatever. More or less, so it could be an example of what is the perfect will of power of God. You know what I mean? So when people look at it and they look at the life you live, they say, yeah, but that man, yeah, it's the Bible you read, but they will know how to approach it. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. Nah, but you wake up, nah, don't call it for now, he don't eat that way. Yeah, he don't eat that thing, they go, no.
And that is the separation.
Can't.
Yeah, so that good point is joint.
Yeah.
It's like when something cooked, right? And I mean, that people always see your family members people around the road that they speak. So when certain things buy, like, you know, and thing, they know one time, they don't even tell you, even mention your name.
Yeah.
You know? They don't know they're this man against that.
Yeah, you don't have a, nah. You don't drink that thing, nah. You can't.
Like I can answer the things if you go and work with certain stories and things that they will mention. They will know him, they will know his name, they come and
Yeah, don't bring up
involve
that from
me
you.
in that.
Yeah.
You know? They even involve me in that shit.
Let's say, yeah.
They will involve me in that shit. So, you know? And that's where you have to be. No matter how much hey, at the end of the day, you lose the game. That's the way it go. It's a cycle. You lose the game. Right? And you can gain to lose because you can gain bullshit and you can lose everything. Right? But you lose the game. And there are things in this world that we will lose and it will never come back. But you know what? We gain more and we will gain better. Right?
Like that definition of sacrifice. It means to give up something to gain something of greater
Of
value.
greater value, God.
You give up a pharaoh imp, and next thing and you got a dark magician, you know. You had to give up something less to gain
What
something
an
more.
analogy?
That is sacrifice, you know. I have a quick piece up here.
Go ahead.
Say Wisdom of Solomon 2, I'll start from verse 12. It said, therefore let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. It say, and he is clean contrary to our doings.
Yeah, clean contrary, you know the separation, they can see it, they can tell it just by hearing, hey, he not he. Like clean contrary, clean opposite. Go ahead.
It say he upbraided us with our offending the law and objected to our infamy. It say the transgressings of our education.
Yeah, the transgressions of the learning, the doctrines, the teachings. You know what I mean? We object to that. We object to that name that is prayed to now. The name, the household name, or in other words, the name that's used in church. We object to the image that it is portrayed. We object to what they stand
That's a
for.
good way to pray, the household name.
Yeah, but
That's
in case they're wondering now, but
it
I
is
want
the
to
household
say,
name.
yeah. In case they was wondering, I wanted to
That's
clarify.
why they all in the comments falling about we rebuke the earthquakes and Jesus and
Yeah, in JC.
In JC.
Yeah.
Big statue I'm doing so.
Yeah.
No,
That's a wonder anyway.
Yeah, that's a one that
I'm wondering now, nobody want to know how they make that. They think that will fall. That will fall and slide down that hill from play out that whole village.
Yeah, what is man make it?
Right.
Creepy make it.
You know what I mean?
Man make
Now
it.
go and fall and slide down that hill and clear out that whole village. A nice little bongo drop or a nice little new. Don't deal with that man, don't worry, we ain't worry about that. He's minor, like minuscule.
And I think they make a whole fucking, they have a whole scripture talking about make not see any graven images. But yet
Of
people has
anything
come,
in heaven or on earth beneath.
but there's come to it and there's worship there.
Yeah, but that's what they do when Moses was with them when he was up in the mountain too. What they do?
Calf.
They make a calf, right?
So we need a
They
God.
make something to serve.
So we need a God. We need something to serve.
Yeah. And they want to serve so bad. Where does he list to serve now, man? And they wanted to serve so bad. Look at them. They have men out there showing all there. You know what I mean? The one true Lord who all you should be serving. Where all is now? Where does zeal to serve gone? Oh, into the church in the AC with the pastor really nice. You know what I mean?
See, verse 13, say he professed to have the knowledge of power.
Yeah, person to have knowledge. Go ahead.
They say, and he is called, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Yeah. He professed to have knowledge and they call themselves a child of the Lord. Not knowing it. Them are always spinning in circles. To do what? To take all their money.
You come outside there and speak to it.
You know?
It's,
So we're going on there.
huh?
And that's what you gotta say. A crazy thing.
They say he was made to reprove our thoughts.
Is that right? You're going on here, right? But yeah, to do what? Let's
He was,
read over.
he was made to reprove our
And that is what it
thoughts.
is. At the end of the day, that is what you want to be. And that is what you don't do. Anytime you don't improve your thoughts, you don't know what happens. You're going to be what?
Don't be a bastard. The Lord can't correct you. You should
Ah,
just talk about if the Lord don't chastise you. What else?
Then you see,
Chastisement is
then
correction.
again, the Lord, if the Lord is correcting you, He's rebuking you to correct you.
Correct.
Right? Imagine, you're not getting a correction. Right? You're just going to be what? Any and anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Wild outside there, but
A
wild.
bastard, a bastard. I like in the movies when somebody do them something, you bastard. That how bastard become a bad
You know,
one.
and anything about it, the look at the Lord has come with harsher.
Can't.
So that's why even in the book of Isaiah, they don't tell you this rebuke won't become my faith. So they didn't want to hear before, or they're going to feel. You understand? Or they're going to feel. So the judgment of the Lord, earthquakes, wars, storms, whatever it may be, the Lord judgment, the Lord rebuke it, it's going to be 20 times harder. We reach to the real, you know, the hard thing, terminal nuclear warfare. You understand? When you're talking about the evil spirits that the Lord might send in the torment all them, yeah, you know, shit gonna be back for man.
Yeah, blackouts.
Shit, look around
But
TV.
what they say? They say it's super El Nino.
Yeah,
Right?
this
The hottest year in the history of the earth.
And that's the next thing too. That's
Etc. Etc.
a good thing you bring up here, right? Because everything now is super.
Yeah.
You know this?
Super
Years
moon.
ago, it just used to be moon. now it's
Super moon.
Super duper.
Super, what is super strawberry moon they call it? The last red one? Super strawberry moon.
You remember
I said, but
how,
that flavor what is? I said, where's Starbucks? Super strawberry moon, just how can I think is that?
I don't know if it was the last super moon or the one before that I was talking about. This moon just come about
Every
once
100
every,
years.
but you get like about 3 or 4.
Three,
Three, back to
3 or
back.
4 years.
Back to back.
You understand?
Yeah,
No, the
it's
three super moon, we had about three
to
super
back,
moons or
back
something
to
in
back.
general.
Yeah.
It had the pink moon, it had the super moon, it had the eclipse, which we just had about 2 days or 3 days ago, somewhere around there.
But again, that goes back now to prophecy. Because the Lord said you go see what?
Signs.
Signs. Yeah.
But when it's now started to already be at its peak to already come about. There was every moon that come, they say this moon will be once every blah blah blah. They always say that.
No,
You
that's
realize
not
it, yeah, it ain't no more.
No, that's not good.
Because men realize
That's
like
not it.
these things are repeated.
They want every fortnight.
Yeah, before that, yeah. And when they get paid, you like?
Yeah. Every time they get paid or something,
If
look up.
they're going to put an article now, you know what, man?
Every time salary roll around, let's look up.
Super Wolf Moon.
Yes, sir.
Last spotted last month then.
Really?
Yeah.
31 days
Last
ago.
spotted the last time they get paid. You understand? That is what it is, man. And again, emphasizing the time we're in. So much of things happening upon the earth. The effects, the science, the second as I mentioned, the effects and the effects.
Next time, signs, yeah, the signs showing up quickly because why? The prophecies are being executed quickly as well. You know what I mean? Lord is shortening the days. And because he's shortening the days, everything going in
Who is
rapid
short?
succession.
Who is short in this one?
Yeah, to the elect. To the elect sake. You know what I mean? And that is why the prophecies happening in rapid succession. That's why you find out we preaching a lot now some about the prophecy, but at the time we living in the present, at the present situation we dealing with. You know what I mean? That's what we don't know. Everything that we talk about is what happening now. It happened yesterday, it happened tomorrow, right now, this very instant. Well, I mean, yes, it happened yesterday too, but this very instant it happened. You know what I mean?
Again, and because they are man and Lord, you're happy to see this thing,
Sure.
and you want to see more. And we want to see more. I'm a type fan. We don't even want to see more. More is about to be done.
Sure.
You know? There's no gain out of it right now.
See, verse 15 and say, He is grievous unto us even to behold. So nowadays, look at people who they know, like it's a spirit. So scripture say what they say, it is not you that the world hated, but me it
That
hated.
is in your car.
You understand? So you don't know from a spiritual perspective. Because their spirits can see the spirit that we deal with. Like,
Spirit bear witness.
yeah, the spirit bear with us.
Yeah, he is not one of us.
They say, for his life is not like other men's. They say his ways are of another fashion.
Yeah, of what? Of another fashion, in the fashion to the world, not conform
Right.
to the world. Right? Not conform to this world, so you go know the difference when you see them. You know the difference when you see that person. By the continents. You know? You look at him, you watch your hair, you find it them mark. Bear them mark, you're looking line up. You're looking like everybody else. So you got a clear distinction.
What was the that you explained to somebody? The guy that even last week, he asked about different.
Yeah.
A man in Lord would always look different from somebody.
Yeah, it's a regular person.
It has no intuitive to it. It's literally there is a difference in what it is. You know? Men, people outside there, what did they be a man in Lord or what did they be the same thing as the rest? Should have mentioned before that it's not. You know?
What fellowship at light with darkness, right? What fellowship?
What fellowship?
You know what I mean? How do you always shy with bar? None. None. So if you're for this, you can never be for that.
And
Never.
that is what we're talking about. We don't have a strict distinction of the men of the Lord and them a thing. And what won't make that about physically, right? Because now it's spiritual.
Come.
Meaning that here we're going on, we're saying it, right? Because we're doing the work. That is one aspect of it. We're doing the work, we're doing the work of the Lord, you know, and all these things. So you can see that, see that difference between them. But what will make it more hardcore physically is when that chip comes. Because that's gonna be the decisive
that decisive moment. Yeah, that drawing, that line in the sand. Yeah, that line in the sand.
Yeah, not even that
That's
line.
what I would say. Them on that side.
Yeah. And we on
all
this side.
who that stand for the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Call we bumps now, there's no worries. No, let it all over again.
We will take that.
Yeah.
We will take that.
No worries, boy. Not a worry in the world.
Just now, you're gonna be bumps too.
correct.
They might not be bums because if they don't teach it that the chip is a mark of beast, to them there's nothing mark of the beast. So they already have a doctrine suited that they can go and take it.
Yeah. But when it get initiated, in that time, they don't want to have nothing neither. So everybody going to be on the same level. Even if some of them might get a little bit more in the beginning, because it's still being.
Yeah. No, some of them will, because in order to let people gravitate
Right.
Towards it, yeah,
they
there are
have to
prominent
mix up,
people,
there
yeah.
are
Right,
prominent
but
people.
I just for now, when the enterprise finalize, which will never truly finalize, but we know that, for example, these artists, Esau does only use you until you used
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So for now, in the beginning, it go have some. When it is a start to do it, because there still are certain things that they're still trickling out and working out. It go have certain people that go still have in certain places to get them a little more than the others. But ultimately, their complete goal is that everybody will have nothing.
Yeah, but to change short-term glory is better than waiting for a reward. That's the thing. If you listen to these people outside here, there's a reason why everything's dropping down, right? I don't know if you see the news coming up, and this is what we say is a worldwide thing. Because worldwide, young adults, some news that came out this week, HIV/AIDS, young adults, in one out of every 4, right?
Yeah, right
worldwide.
now. I just somebody the other day I say right now it's real rampant
Right,
with that.
worldwide. And the next part of it is that they don't know how to function in society, right? But they want quick glory, meaning that it's so fast track. The world so fast. It's that
They don't
going to
put in
work.
long work for
Yeah,
nothing.
you don't put any long work. So to them, everything is short term. So they taking the chip is because everyone is short term. We just know it gonna be something quick. We're gonna,
It's a snare.
Yeah, you know. Whereas for us, we not. So call we bumps. We already know they live on bum lifestyle.
But the ones who are not accustomed to living on bums, when they had to make that transition now,
Excuses could only go for a short time. Right? Making an excuse that they need to function in society could only use for a short time.
Yeah, they use up that with each other.
say,
You know when you're working at.
How are we?
You know when you're working, right? You need to job the study. Hey, you never sit down on that office. After this,
Yeah. After this, you can get one in a time.
yeah.
Yeah.
After that one in the time, you got next one and the home after that.
Yeah.
Right? You know, if you don't want to hear that excuse every single time, well, I need to work, Lord. No, I already channeled it.
You ever see a chicken working?
Yeah.
You ever see a pigeon at work? When a pigeon is clogging? You know what I mean? You have to work while you work, man. Don't make nothing a problem. You know? Don't make nothing a problem. And there was automatically already starting to segregate during that time, during that period, that lockdown period. Because they were saying, you know, the unveed, you know what I mean? Yeah, what them are this and the other, etc. Yeah, had the car to come in here and do this and that, and that. We open up now and what happened? What happened? Back to square one. Right? All who take it will solve that, all who didn't take it.
What do you it's mentioned that see even look at how you make things to water the plants and feed,
Yeah.
say put them more for you.
Yeah,
How to take care of you.
look at the lilies, it was more beautiful than Solomon. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and he was arrayed in costly apparel, and he was not looking as beautiful as one of these.
Lord
Yeah.
make more beautiful than Solomon, right? Come to you.
Oh,
You know
ye
what
of
I mean?
little feet.
You know who does take care of them?
Yeah.
Nobody, the Lord. You know what I mean? You know, you talk about, you know, every hair on your head, so you already know every need you have before you even know you need it.
Yeah, this is Matthew 6, and I read from verse
20 something, 24
I was
something.
on 24.
Yeah, right.
It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
Yeah, you either hate one or love the other, meaning what? You can't serve the Lord and serve the world. It have no one in and one out. Right? Because you will end up hating one and loving the other. And 99.9% of the time, men just choose darkness rather than light.
It's just like a wife. I was telling a man that the other day, and I was talking about a woman who had like about three. You have a touch of a woman who had like about 3 different men.
Right.
And I explained to him, I said, women are not designed to love more than one man at a time. They might care about one another, but they wouldn't love one over another. It's either they would love one and like the other one for whatever reason, but they're already designed to love one man at a time. It is same thing like us. We designed to serve one master at a time. You will sway either to one direction or the next. You can't love both of them the same amount. And the one you love more is the one you're going to really follow and serve to that degree. You understand? It's impossible for you to have two masters. Because if two of them contrary, this one telling you do it, this one telling you don't do it. The one you love more is the one you're going to listen to.
Good.
And you're automatically showing hatred for the other one.
Really? Well,
Right? It says, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
You see,
He cannot serve God and mammon.
Say, if you love me, keep my commandments. So if you the one you love is the one you're going to listen to.
correct.
Or the one closest to is or the one. And usually when Jake's making a decision like this, and they will always choose the wrong one. Because
They will
money,
choose the one that's easier for them.
Easier for
one
them,
that
that's
is more
yeah.
pleasing to them.
Or the
And
one
that's
that-
how we know that you're wrong, because even growing up in life, you know that the best thing for you is never
It'll
the
come easy.
easiest
Yeah, it'll
thing.
come easy.
You know what I mean?
Man,
you get sick and you don't let your grandparents hear you're sick.
yeah, that is
Because them medicine never. You feel my grandmother didn't give me any wild berry, cherry, anything to drink. You mad?
yeah, that is pretty good.
You mad?
Because something this week,
My grandfather used to keep 2 bottles of oil in the cabinet by his bedroom. First it was precious still. With a spoon, right? as you cough, you could cough because that does he don't want to hear that. Come, go and get a spoon and come and watch, man.
Castor
It's
or
the
something
longest
like
you
that.
will take to reach from one end to the house to his room because the house big, but not that big that you're going to reach in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? If you take long, you're getting a catastrophe.
You're not dry clean.
You're getting a wash. As you take it, if you vomit, you're getting a wash and you have to take more. You know what I mean? You making sure that open your mouth and you put in the spoon at the back of your tongue and lift your whole head up with the spoon so you know it has to go down. Choke if you have to choke, but you have to swallow that.
Memories.
And it was never good, but you know what? Maybe better, it may be stronger today, no? And that's what James will understand. The best thing for you is never comes from comfort. It never comes from feeling good. You know? Even them influencers now, they say, well, you have to come out your comfort zone, which is true. The things that you require they never come out of comfort. Meaning what? It will never come from the system, because the system built around comfort and convenience. You know what I mean? So the things you need or the things you would require for everlasting life will never come from a place like this. It will never come from anything prescribed or subscribed to this system.
They say what the precepts are meant.
Can't.
They thought that's how it does stuff.
God, you know? You feel what? You feel you want to disrespect the Lord all the days of your life and you go and come and I forgive you, my son. And kiss you, baby.
It's a men come slackness.
Can't.
Not the Lord. All they come slackness. Them kind of stuff is only men that think like that.
God.
Do a whole lot of wickedness and then come back. You know? They come like, a man bring a good point. You know, touching upon that same video, touching upon with the Kimberly here. Right? A man bring a good point. You see all that, he said, all that cry, you cry. You know, it's fucking big. Right? And tears and telling Kimberly she wicked. And the man who she was wicked. But he said, what just? He said, I can bet you. He going to try to make back up with his
Yeah.
girl.
He want to know, gosh, what I do wrong. Tell me what I do wrong now. I'm going to be thank you. You know what I mean?
And you are that with the Lord, man.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, the Lord. Don't worry.
You pick that side, stay on that side,
Stay on that side,
keep
man.
that energy, yeah? Alright.
Okay, see, it did not precept that share that. Because
Yeah.
if the Lord was ready, that as merciful, because people say well his mercy endureth forever and people just misunderstand that.
Right.
If that was really the case to the degree that they just emphasize it, why it is when Saul fuck up, why it is and he says sorry, and he tell him sorry again as usual, why he didn't get back his crown? Why he take it from him and give it to David?
What they fail to realize as well is that the scriptures also state that the Lord say, well, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
That is the part that I skip.
So don't feel you have mercy endure it forever, and it might endure it forever for you. You know what I mean? You might be as precious as this other brother who doing the work. My mercy is going to be for you.
That's your brother. It's talk about that. Mercy and right. It will come from the Lord.
They say so what? He does pick favorites? Yes. Yes, he has pick favorites.
Exactly.
That's
If you
how
could
it's-
pick favorites out of a twin, who is you out of 7 billion? Let me be real. Who is you?
Say verse 16 is say
Now,
we
what?
yeah. Huh?
Nice, I was reading.
No, I was reading.
He was
I was
reading
reading second.
24.
Oh, you was going on that one.
Yeah.
No, I know I was reading anything before. After they finish.
It say verse 25, therefore I say to you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment?
Raiment.
No, when you hear that, people might want to get to a high extent. Ah, you don't need to work, no, you're hard. The Lord is telling you, don't worry. Don't want to pay head. You know?
Don't do nothing that you don't have to do for it. In other words, don't want to do something. Because what he say, is life not more than meat?
Right.
Right? Yeah, what he say? Is life not more than meat? Meaning what? Don't worry about that. If it's more than meat, the same thing. Same point. What you always try to tell Satan? Man shall not live by bread alone. That is the same thing. That is the same thing they're saying in that precept there. Life is more than meat. You know? You mightn't get all that you want to know, but you'll always get all that you need. And what you always try to tell Satan, hey, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of power. Go ahead.
It say, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into the barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them.
Yeah,
Are ye not much better than they?
Yeah, they don't gather into banks. You know what? Them don't have no storehouse. You feel a picture of a bunch of like a squirrel of a tree full of seeds just waiting there for in case rain fall and you can't go out and hunt. You have no backlog of seeds to fall back on. You have no safety net.
Like, man, an animal that just, like, the instinct. He just know, hey, are you going here now get food?
The natural program.
Natural program, the Lord created him like that.
Done. naturally programmed to hit you up and go.
You know,
You
that,
got-
a good example is when them birds migrate.
Can't.
How do they
You
go where
every
to
year you have
migrate
to
to?
go south.
How does
You know,
that?
that's the thing of winter coming from. So
Exactly.
in them to have that, in them to know that. You know what I mean? Or you say, if the Lord providing for them and them don't reap, they don't sow. They sow in other words, they don't work. And they are no savings.
How do they know where south is? You think about it, right? How do they know what direction to go and how far to go?
Because the Lord
They
takes
don't
you.
put it
there.
Maybe that calendar. The birds in that
compass, a
calendar.
compass, a
In that
compass.
calendar. No. The reason why it's a calendar is because of the new moon. The
Oh,
moon.
Ah.
You understand? The date about the Sabbath.
I thought you said the moon was flower.
Ah, yeah. Come on.
Inside you.
You know? That men talking about when they didn't carry. Well, yeah, well, you get lost in the forest, right? For about a month and ask yourself what day is Tuesday or Wednesday. You know?
Last snake when I'm going on bite today. Today's Wednesday, no?
Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. Google say always only bite on Tuesday and Thursday. And
That
so
what the scripture said, the moon tell the seasons.
You know, you know, my mom, this guy was a serious long time, John Doe. He wanted,
John Doe,
he
yeah.
wanted to wake up and he was like real smart
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
alien
yeah,
invasion
yeah.
or something. And but the first time they find him out at sea and they pull him onto the boat.
Yes.
And remember, you look up in the sky, it says approximately 2 something in the day, and he was watching like he was watching the sky, and he can't even tell like what time it was. You understand? So that show what even he has tell time by what the constellations and so forth. He know exactly what time of the day it was based on the period at which the sun was.
I show that actually show you that one time is Vikings. When they are someone do a raid, right? They watch the moon. And they watch because they know particular moons where they raise the sea higher.
Yeah, they the tides.
So you used to watch it, and then they had like this. They obviously they used to have like the stargazers. You used to be like, alright, they start come out here. That means here good. So we gotta go so. You know. So that's supposed to show that they never used to check your calendar. Men used to know
That
this.
was the calendar.
No, they were wrong. I believe we have our own calendar.
Yeah, but the how we used to design how the calendar was
Was,
based
yeah.
based on
Based upon
based
the
on
moon.
based on the
Yeah,
on the
that's saying
moon.
scriptures, you know, the 20th day of the something month till the something
Yeah, that's how we
year,
used to
it was
But do
numbered.
we used to be like that? No. The new moon was the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
You understand? It signifies that we come into a new month. You know? If
The
you do
moon,
need that.
the month is called after her name.
And all that being said, just come back. It goes to show that the Lord basically give you everything that you need. Right? You need to tell the time, yeah, the time men used to tell the time something good. They didn't even need that watch. They gotta tell her when the sun hit and they hit that particular the shadow.
A sundial.
Right? Yeah.
It's called a sundial.
Yeah, when you put the stick in the ground and
Yeah, and a certain time of the
when the
day
sun
will go
pass,
around.
the sun on that side.
So go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Say which of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. And again, they just grow.
They're just doing what they're designed to
You
do.
understand?
They're not going outside the bounds that the Lord did.
And again, that is a perfect word. That's what we call bird pepper, right? How you feel bird pepper? How you feel the word bird pepper from? Because it's pepper that the bird and them pick and eat, and the
The
seed,
droppings,
the seed that's go through the body, go through a fertilization, right? And then it is shit it out.
It is mixed.
It's mixed with
the
shit.
thing
And that's why you get the bird pepper. And anybody can tell you that bird pepper is one of the sweetest pepper that they eat, right? But bird pepper is grow. I mean, it's rare now. Like when people see plants, they stick it.
Yeah, they see bird pepper.
They
Yeah,
stick
very
it
rare.
because it's one of the best trees they can have. And I hear red with pain and stuff, right? But that is how perfect the Lord work is. A bird, he go on somewhere, so you see a bird pepper, he buy that, then he come and straight on your land. Next thing you know, you walk in 3 feet a day. And the bird pepper there. And who water it? Who think it?
Yeah.
Who make it get the size till you see it? Lord, man.
I like the youths and
They say, and yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, or ye of little faith? And that's a question mark. A question mark, oh ye of little faith. It asks yourself that. You know?
what you expect if you do it for them? They say if it worked for them, imagine what it could do for you.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
understand?
Yeah, faithless.
Huh?
All right. Yeah.
Done. You know? So if you could do this for things that don't toil me, you know what? They don't do no works, they're not on the highways and the byways, they're not proclaim any name to any other nations or, you know what I mean, prophesying downfalls or kingdoms. They're just doing what they literally were created to do. That's all they do, what they created to do. And you make sure and you know them good. How much more you? You know? Are you not more precious than they?
That's right.
Like I always say, the example we give the apostles. We tell them, we say, when he send them out, he say, don't carry nothing with you.
God.
Because whatever that they had to get, any provision that had to be provided for them.
Alright, for example, like that was like when the apostles used to go, people used to run up on them, get them stuff.
Take care of them.
Get them something big, so they used to be fed, used to be good.
Like,
That's why even in the time, Apostle, who said this? Peter was like, he rather obey God than men. And man, straight as it can be, because hey, the Lord is who see about us. You know?
I got an example was with Phoebe. That was one of the people, one of them who used to actually give on to the like to help them and so forth. And that other people who would help them likewise. Elijah was the same, but a similar thing. The woman that give him whatever little she had in she house.
I think because I was there, the food.
That was when the son that died, and he bring the son back. You understand? But they say it always had those that when he had nothing neither, or else he would not need to get fed by the birds. You understand? He had nothing neither, but the Lord took care of him that time, and the next time, he had a little tough boy. I was going through that Ezekiel 4 boy. That calf's dung was
you make him sit on that tree.
You had to eat by measure, you had to lie down on one side.
Yeah.
He had a tough boy, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, some men had a tougher, but he had a little tough boy. The man had to beg and you're like, hey, what's going on? See man's dung boy? Come now, don't do more that now, please. Don't do more that. You had to beg for calf's dung.
Take your wife and tell him, don't mourn, you know.
Yeah, just
go
go
out and
go on, let's see.
man see went out in the morning and by noon he wife there. People ask him what going on. He said, no worry, you're gonna be just so too. All you won't go dead. He said, all your eyes will pass away and all you wouldn't even mourn by.
He had a little tough, I'll give him that. Anyway, anything Macaboy thinks he had to go through? He had a little tough boy. Yeah, he had it. Don't you know?
I said, therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? And wherewithal shall we be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knowing that ye have need of all these things.
You say because what the Gentiles seek is what? They serve mammon.
Sure.
So wealth and prosperity and riches in general is something that they just always chase after. You understand? But we know that whether it is we have plenty, we have a little, we will be provided for nonetheless. And we fed up see it happen. You understand? It hasn't failed us so far. And it's not going to fail as long as we keep these sayings.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. They say, take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for
Of
things
itself.
of itself,
Yeah.
sufficient unto the day
Is the evils thereof. Yeah. Take out of tomorrow, the Lord will deal with that. Sufficient today is the evils thereof. But have enough shit going on for today to worry about. Don't worry about tomorrow, bro. You know what I mean? Because you might make plans tonight for tomorrow and you'll never see it. You know, you're not in control of
show
that.
tomorrow coming.
Exactly, you're not in
Oh,
control.
he's not sure you tomorrow coming.
That's what I'm saying. You can make plans for tomorrow tonight and
Hey, would
you'll
you
never see it, you know.
finish up with Mark? We're talking about when the Lord say you require your life tonight.
Oh, the man, you see, break
You know
down the
what
bands.
people are, they have made plans for the evening and never see
You
it.
never see it. And you know the thing about it, they make plans and the Lord wasn't even the first thought.
I wasn't included.
Has no considered.
God.
How much people on a day-to-day basis right now, if you ask them about the Lord, they're not going to answer. The Lord is not the first thought. The Lord is not the first thought.
The Lord is not a thought.
The Lord is not
Very
even
first.
at that's the point.
Not a thought.
So what? That's the
Lord,
point.
just
Not
so.
even at
Oh no, what vibes, man? Just so, God, look at my vibes now. Look at my vibes. Just so let's go on. Lord is not even a thought.
When the
Lord
man
is
says,
first
what
one.
did that video on it? You see, he hates when he going through stuff and people come and tell him,
Turn to the Lord.
turn to the Lord. Man, that's how wicked and adulterous generation. That is what it was. That's what it is. That's wicked and adulterous.
Oh, yeah, but yeah.
What it? You ask a man today how he's getting that stress. Where you going to do it?
To buy, you could drink, you could smoke, pop a pill, thing. They tell you everything but turn to the Lord. Everything but that. That ain't even on the
You know
list.
what I'm saying? Man, time you see, I'm going to performance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No, don't get me wrong. Hey, we understand that is one of the ways that it really releases your stress out.
As a man.
You know, as a man. But when
From a carnal perspective.
From a carnal perspective. But because what did it do? You know? And every single thing was something carnal. It wasn't to do with anything with the Lord. But for us, when they asked, you know, you crazy about it? I remember one of the things I said you wouldn't understand. Right? You wouldn't understand what all these things are going through. I mean, this, what are they doing? Now tell me, the Lord, you see the face. You know? Because
Like me want to hear
don't you want to hear that? Yeah, you know?
You see again, but the Lord is not always an instant thing. It's often a process, and it's also often something that is take time.
But that is what we get. They don't. Again, they go back to the
Yeah,
shape.
it was
Just wanting things one time.
Yeah.
You understand?
Patience.
5 and
Patience.
11 or 12, right?
No patience.
We
The
have
wicked shall do wickedly and they will not understand it, but the righteous will understand it.
yeah. What the scriptures mention, it say a wicked man understand the judgment, not?
No, it's like not judgment.
And that's what it is.
Yeah,
Back to what I was saying before. We get when you read it, you read it in the scriptures know what patience, holding firm, all these things, endure hardship. So we understand that hey, when you're reading it, and these are the things that the Lord telling you you're supposed to have, we're supposed to have that. So we get it. That's why some brothers are telling when we're going through struggle and pain, it is what it is. It's because we know this is what we had to go through, but we know we have the Lord there to defend us. If it takes years to fix, it will get fixed. Yeah. You know?
Say Luke 12 from verse 16 and say, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? Say, and he said, this will I do, I will pull down my vans and build greater.
Yeah, so you see, you go put. So instead of talk like you want more, you see, you go put on the bands. How big am I?
Yeah,
I know,
more
buddy.
fruits you have to store
The
up.
amount that he probably
You have to
had,
have bigger store.
he probably had to begin with. He probably already had so much already that when he get that plentiful amount, he probably gets so much more. You know, usually a man will say, boy, let me see if I could do something for a brother.
Paul is right,
Yeah, let me see if I could get some, you can help somebody.
Yeah,
They say what they say, and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. You see, and I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Then he didn't say if the Lord will, nothing. Yeah, the scripture said in James.
Tell his soul, we are thing, man. We are thing right now. We have a safety net.
We good for a while.
Yeah.
They say, take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. It say, but power said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. It say, then whose shall those things be which thou hast
So
provided?
you asking you know, see how we know. Put along your build greater, your pack of more.
So
Say tonight you require like
you are plans to live long and be rich for that long period of time. Because you control life.
You get to see one in them years. You ain't get to finish the year.
You get
with
to
them
finish it. You
riches.
get to finish it.
you get to finish the
Day. By the time you see this night, so by the time morning, by the time sunrise, he did.
And here the question you ask him. So
Yeah.
who is remaining for now?
Like Solomon say. They say, and who knoweth the man that cometh after?
Yep.
Whether he be righteous or wicked.
Gone.
And the same thing happened to he. His son come after and jackass the whole seed. You understand? Cause the tribes to split all kind of thing. Right? You say, verse 21, it say, so is he that laid up treasures for himself and is not rich towards power.
And that's what it is. You have all these things when you're rich towards the Lord. And there's a question that asks him. You have all these things, but who does he rich to? What you rich for? Right? That is why you see plenty of these rich people saying, sometimes I didn't even need the fame or the thing. I just maybe need the comfort. I might just need money alone or something like that. Usually that's what they say. But getting prosperous in the society, it comes with getting particular things, and do certain things. You know?
Money in the cars,
Cars and the
clothes.
You know? Whereas for us, and we know, we understand that, hey, the money, whatever it is we might get, we understand that, hey, it's of the Lord. And we know whatever it is we have, we can't without faith. Whether it be small or thing, it is what it is. That sometimes, you may question it. Like I was trying to reference the brother at that time. You know? With some money situation that happened someone so had the money in their bag. You know? Another brother come and see, but another brother was telling me which I had time. I was like, I know much, but it is what it is. Something to work out. I didn't even for sure I know I had 600. I think I gave about 2. So it was 400 remaining. And I had also go like a week and more until I get my next pay. Man, I keep on pulling out 100 basically every day or every 2 days. It's when I catch myself, I was like, wait, hold on. Because I didn't even take no total. It's maybe coming out to the pay. I was like, wait, hold on, how about survive this whole week and more? You know? I will survive. And then when I really open the bag and check, I reach my last thing. But I know I had 6 for how I last all them days now, you know? But I said, Lord, do that. He ain't questioning it. You know? He ain't questioning it.
The next example was the fish and the bread. I feed multitudes with, I think it's 5 loaves or something. And it had remained there. You understand? The Lord is able to do these things. A man will say, they're probably eating and they'll try to, because they don't really believe. And that is okay. We understand it, say unto you it is given to understand the mysteries, but unto them it is not given. So we're not salty. When it is we see them just having that kind of mindset, we understand that's how it's supposed to be. Some meant to believe and some meant to not believe.
Yeah, some for honor and some for dishonor. It's simply put, you know.
That's right. That's right. But
You want to do some Solomon?
no, you finished that one already?
Yeah.
Nah.
That was it. The rich towards the Lord, yeah. To them that are rich towards the Lord, that was the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah. So Wisdom of Solomon 2 verse 16 it say, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. It say he abstaineth from our ways and as from filthiness.
Yeah, you shun it like filthiness, you know? Like a certain brother, you know? He does have to clean before he go anyway. You know what I mean? Just bring it up. You know what I mean? You shut it, you don't want your place in no kind of state, you want it neat, you want it like your OCD then.
All the time.
You know what I mean? It has something shift, you have to fix it back.
Now he is OCD.
You know what I mean? It's something like that now, like.
He is OCD.
You shun it as with filthiness, because I mean, you wouldn't leave feces on it, you wouldn't defecate next time, man. Maybe real. You know what I mean? Like filthiness. What?
It say he pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and make it his boast that power is his father.
Yeah, the Lord is we father. Like. You know what I mean? That's who we serve. That's who we live for, and that's who we will hopefully die for. You know what I mean? Some will die, some will suffer either way. Once it is to do with serving him, so be it.
Say verse 17, it say, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. And that's the mindset that they have. Alright, cool. Oh, you're talking that big talk, we go see in the end. And they will see. They will see ultimately. They say, for if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him.
Read it back.
Huh?
Read it, what happened?
Verse 18 it say, for if the just man be the son of power, he will help him.
He will what?
He will help him
I hear the word it used before. Adjustment.
Yeah.
That's what you deserve here. Because adjustment we live in one righteous. You know?
They say,
He's serving the Lord.
they say and deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
God and deliver him from the hand of the enemies.
Yeah.
Where in the Act Wisdom of Solomon?
Wisdom of Solomon.
Those are your songs of Solomon. The man 5 and 1 now. Chapter 5 2. So you finished it though?
That's not.
You're gonna finish
Right
it?
about 2 more verses.
That's right.
Verse 19 it says, let us examine him
Yeah.
with despitefulness.
Yeah, with hatred. When you watch him, like, you find any fault.
They say,
You know what I mean?
and torture.
Go ahead.
They say that we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
Yeah, prove me no more. Test it. Test your patience. You know what I mean? It's got like somebody always on your nerves. You ever watch like a little child, like, you know, I'm trying them just like Tara's it. Like, boy, you test my patience, boy. You know what I mean? A little bit again, I go after, you know what I mean? You gotta get some strokes, some stripes. You know this kind of way?
Say, verse 20, they say, let us condemn him with a shameful death,
Mm-hmm.
for by his own saying he shall be respected.
Yeah, from my own saying. You know, they want to go with a shameful that thinking of. Thinking that will do something that won't do nothing. They did that at the flesh, we are worried about that. It's that at the spirit we concerned about. Go chapter 5 and
Yeah.
start from 1 and 5.
5:1. Wisdom of Solomon 5 verse 1. It say, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness.
Uh-huh.
It say, before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Yeah, such an African read it. They try with patience, do a kind of thing, go with the shameful death. Now we go stand in boldness. Go ahead.
It say, and made no account of his labors.
Mm-hmm. They don't understand why it is we are how we are.
We doing these things in vain in their eyes.
Can't. They don't see the purpose, or as the brother said, the value. In vain, the word vain means useless. They don't see the value of doing this. They see the value of getting up, going to work every day, work overtime, work to the bone. You know what I mean? Getting paid a big lump sum. And what do you do? Balling it up. You know what I mean? Putting up a story on Instagram for a couple hours. The line, man, you're drinking big, you're eating nice.
I said
And
we-
then back to square one.
Maybe outside.
Yeah, we outside. Outside nice. Go ahead, huh?
They say, when they see it,
Uh-huh.
they shall be troubled with terrible fear,
Yeah, there'll be trouble with terrible fear because what?
and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Mm-hmm.
They say, so far beyond all that we looked for.
Yeah, because why? The salvation that we are about to receive will be far beyond they could even imagine. Them just thinking, you know what? Them fellas, them just preaching because this whatever, them feeling no, nobody can teach them. You know what I mean? Them
Yeah,
thing.
this week I tell somebody, I say, you can't teach me the Bible. We will try.
Exactly, yeah. When we tell you that, people would think that we're being arrogant about it. It's not that we're being arrogant about it, it's because we know that this is the truth. Anything else is a lie. Anything else that you're trying to teach, we're going to be a lie. And we're going to have to teach you and disprove you. And you going and get arrogant and belligerent.
I was like, for our starters, redemption of because I can really get redeemed from. I say everything. Because the word redemption has come from the word to be brought back.
Yeah,
Right? Or ransom being paid. And we know where we're going to, right? But the meaning of the fourth is just like the act of being saved now. And person was like, where you want to get redeemed from? I say everything. This whole place. Where you want to get redeemed from?
Out of us.
Yeah, out of us. And we're going to get
You
redeemed
come
from,
out the
and this and
matrix,
that,
shut up.
and the scripture say
Okay,
this
out from the matrix.
and the scripture say this and that and this. I say, let me stop. See, I promise you in this life, you can never teach me anything about the Bible. Full stop.
As I say, I once knew what you didn't know. Yeah. So it is nothing new that you could be telling me. It's something new I could be telling you.
Hey, so you know 6 man. You don't hear nobody no fucking church. You go to church, it don't make sense. You want to hear. You don't know where you're coming with. Just something new. You understand? You don't know the bullshit they're coming with. Or don't speak according to the word. Or speak according to the pastor.
They say,
Sir?
and when they heard it, they were amazed at his doctrine.
Yeah, amazing.
They said they need a marry. No one giving them to marriage.
So I finish up and
Yeah. They say verse 3, it say, and they repented and groaned for anguish of spirits. They say, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirits shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision,
Yeah, that in derision, right, go ahead.
and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, from our report, you don't speak good of us. But you know what? We salvation mean more to we than what them say. You know what I mean? We don't let the incredulity of them affect we ministry. So believe if you want. Don't believe if you want. That is on you. We doing we part. We say when the birds just get up and just do what they created to do. We doing what we created to do.
Believe or didn't believe. It is up with the Lord.
Yeah.
Say, we fools are counted as life madness.
Yeah, they call the same thing madness. We could be doing anything else on a Sunday.
I was told that once in the beginning.
I said that
talking about his
They
madness.
tell me that my father called me a madman long time ago. I said, alright, that's okay.
They say, and his end to be without honor.
Yeah, I'm an enter without
Without
honor.
honor.
I know if we go and get the highest honor stuff all.
That is what I tell
You
you.
know what I mean? Like what vain imagination.
Hey, guys, is that something just they really actually think that when we really here come with other reward. But that is evil. They watch us on scoff and scoff. They don't understand the work that we pay in. You know? Have a reward for every single thing. But I think good or evil, you don't tell you that. So if you didn't work, we don't have a reward.
Are
That's the
you,
greatest reward.
are you one of us? They say, how is he numbered among the children of power? And his
How he of the chosen? Was he was mad? He on the streets, there the garments. You know?
bums.
How? Bombs. How? How are you saving that glory, man?
They say, and his lot is among the saints.
And among the what?
His lot is among the
And
saints.
that is basically what it is. And that is what the evil thing. Right? So that once again we give all praises and all glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Right, we see them as apostle and as a great person who were our teachers or apostles should we say salutations to the actors and pushing on to day in and day out on the comes and the season is kind of life on a daily basis to push us without say shalom.
Shalom.
Right, until next time we say shalom.
Shalom.